Happy Father's Day week to all the pops out there. And conveniently, I find myself in the same place I was about 11 months ago. In fact, that's what's going to happen here in this few episodes here for the American road trip. You see, as many of you know, Pop had a medical incident, and we almost lost him back in Thanksgiving time. And, he's still recovering from that, and he's not 100% healthy. And we still got some work to do and some procedures to take care of to try to ensure as much life as we can. And in order to celebrate life, one of the things that we did is we had a chance to pick up our camper here and as a way to explore the world around us and celebrate the things that have been given to us. And the cool thing is that, with Pop being here, he's never really had a chance to take a vacation. Now, I am a vacation guy, right? Pop has always been go, do, right? Even when you go to Disney World, it's still go, do. Not a lot of relaxation. We go out camping on the boat, or when we used to have the boat, and it would be constantly go, do, fish, constant work, constant effort, so on and so forth. Well, this time it was my little treat to kind of get him out here and have him take a vacation, a relaxing vacation, if you know what I mean. So what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to do a whole lot of filming here for his vacation purposes. And the reason being is I want us to really enjoy our time together, right? So what I'm going to do is present to you guys what I recorded last year. So last year I took a vacation, and conveniently and ironically, it was to this same exact campsite that we're at right now. And I had a chance to explore this area. Right now I am in Cherokee, North Carolina, and I am at the KOA. Why KOAs and not other campsites? Well, just because of convenience and ease and what have you. So that's one of the reasons why I chose this. And there's other campsites available, but for my own purposes, I chose this one. And with all that being said, I recorded all that stuff last year, and the stuff that I'm going to present to you. And I wanted to share with you what I did on that vacation, kind of launching this great road trip, if you will, this American road trip. Can't call it the Great American Road Trip because that's already taken by somebody else. So this American road trip. And I wanted to showcase and share with you guys the things that I did during that vacation. And variously, you'll see me kind of check in with you guys and introduce the episodes, so on and so forth. So here I present the first day of traveling along with some thoughts and ideas, or vlogs, if you will, on what people consider camping, making pit stops, and of course enjoying foods while you're out and about. I hope you enjoy it. What is up? Today, and on these next few episodes, it is all about the Great American Road Trip. That's right, we are celebrating America by participating in what government has given us, the roads. It's all right now here on Mike's Motorworks. Now, everybody has their own definition of road trips, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But when it comes to the pit stop, everybody drives a little bit differently. Now, if you're a person like my dad, it is straight through. We're not stopping for anything, especially when we were younger. And of course, as we got older, it was like, all right, if I'm driving this leg of the trip, I'm stopping to get me a coffee. So
that kind of changes, but each person is different. Now, when I travel, I like to travel a little bit less paced than I do my average driving, so I take my time. It's less stressful that way, right? And that's what vacationing is all about, is taking the less stressful route. In fact, instead of taking all interstates all the way, I'm starting off on the interstate, then I'm taking some back roads and going to some places that I've never been through or driven through on this road trip. So that's something I want to take advantage of here. And hopefully my dinner or lunch destination will be quite fantastic. I'm looking forward to that. So we'll check in with y'all here a little bit shortly, and let's keep the road trip going. Since it is the 4th of July weekend and many people are celebrating our nation's independence on this day, I wanted to give a few opportunities during these segments to give thanks for a lot of the things that we're blessed with here in the United States. And of course, you can't do a road trip without having roads. So that is something I am very, very thankful for. And when I say roads here, I'm not talking about just horse-trodden paths and what have you, which is, you know, where roads really got their origin from. You know, the various critters or what have you would walk down little pathways or what have you, creating little trails, which eventually led to, you know, the horse and buggy and what have you. But of course, there's the Roman roads, or anyway, without going into the history of it, right? Something we're blessed with is our current American road system and our interstate system that was implemented in the early 1900s. And it's something that if we didn't have implemented in the United States, we wouldn't be able to have the commerce and the ability to trade like we currently do. It is a marvelous blessing to be able to travel these roads, to be able to go to places easily in the comfort of our automobiles. So that is a great thing that we have here in the United States that other countries implemented as well. So I've arrived at the final destination here, and this is where I'll be spending a lot of my time here during my road trip itself. And I wanted to take a moment to talk about food on the road trip. You see, when you're going from point A to point B to point C, a lot of people do different things, and I've done pretty much, well, whatever. I've done everything from bring a sandwich to go to a little rest area and eat the sandwich and a little picnic. I've got the I brought in a barbecue grill once, a little portable barbecue grill, and I cooked something just as a little side break. I've even gone to the beach and just kind of chilled for a few minutes before continuing on with the rest of the trip. And of course, my favorite is just taking a few moments to go out and enjoy the local cuisines of the different areas, whether that's by the shore or on the way up. And I had a chance to stop by Athens, Georgia, and ended up going to college area at the University of Georgia. And I was on the north side of campus, and I was in that that college downtown area, and it was a great place. I found this place called The Place, and the food was marvelous, and I really enjoyed the experience. So anytime I go out, I really try to enjoy these local cuisines. Now, this restaurant, it was small. It was a little 2-story restaurant. It had a place upstairs, and of course a few seating areas, and you could have sitting outside. And it wasn't a very big place, but the food was really fantastic. It kind of had a southern flair with kind of a modern twist on it, and I ended up having their bourbon salmon, which was really good because it was served on a bed of collard greens, and they were grilled. And then they had this really unique take on grits, where it was a grit, essentially grits pate, if you will, with a light char on the outside, of course the standard bourbon chicken. Everything went really good together. So when you're out and about, I encourage you on your road trips to go ahead and just do different things and take different takes to take in the local cuisine. Or if you're one of those people that just take your sandwich, just take your sandwiches and go. But here's a warning: I had a bad experience with egg salad once. So we'll catch you tomorrow, and we'll get you an update on what's going on and get you a different look at the campsite I'm at, and kind of explain what's going on for the week. We'll catch you later on.
Good morning, everyone. It is June 17th, and when this video will be posted will be sometime in July. Usually about a month delay for the things I do, depending on the episodes, the series, and what's going on or what have you. But yesterday was a good day. To summarize what I did with Pop, we went to, started off trying to kind of explore the Cherokee area, but we were out a little bit earlier than most of the stores were open, and so Pop decided, hey, let's go do the thing you wanted to do at Cades Cove and get some pictures, and I had a chance to get some really good pictures and such for that. But the last time that I came up here, on the second day, it was July 3rd, and had a chance to kind of take the morning off and just kind of relax, and I did some studying because I was still in school at the time, and had some other things going on. And after I did some relaxation, I went to a local park, did some reading, and then after I did my reading, I kind of explored the area, recorded the following segments for you. And then after that, I went ahead and traversed Newfound Gap Road again, and went to Pigeon Forge to participate in their Patriot Festival. So I'm going to go ahead and let the show start and let you see what I got up to on that day. Now, when it comes to camping, a lot of different people have their ideas of what camping is, right? You know, some people believe that if it's not in a tent and you haven't hiked on a trail for 20 miles, that's not camping. Other people say, well, you know, technically camping is when you're away from home and you have to bring something that you're not used to, like make pallets, or at least what my grandmother used to call making pallets, or use an air mattress, and you're essentially away from home. That's camping. Other people have their own ideas. Well, if that's essentially the thing, then is camping going to a hotel or what have you? I don't think so. You know, camping is, although it is, the definition is very different depending on who you ask. I think camping really involves not doing the hotel thing, not staying at your parents' place, and, you know, not doing something that has your standard creature comforts. With that in mind, how do you explain, you know, things like trailers? Is that really camping? You know, is that what Europeans call caravanning? You know, you take a trailer to wherever you're going, or what have you. And honestly, that could be considered camping as well, just not with the tent itself. Now, personally, you know, I chose the place where I'm staying at right now because it's kind of like a hybrid camping thing. My initial intent was to take Pop's pop-up tent or a pop-up trailer and bring that to a site and go ahead and set that up because it was cheaper than staying at a hotel in the area. And I definitely wanted to go to the Great Smokies and enjoy the Appalachians and enjoy the things in the park, because that's something I did when I was younger. But on that in a few moments. So I decided, after doing some pricing, what have you, to go ahead and go with the rustic cabin at a KOA. Now, for those that know, KOAs are, pretty much like a Campgrounds of America with a K on it, and they got places everywhere. Now, this happens to be a pretty nice establishment. Now, I get it. There's a lot of people that do the KOAs, and it's quite crowded here on 4th of July weekend, and it's going to be that way. And yes, secluded camping will be different or what have you. But I chose the rustic cabin, which is essentially like setting up a tent without air conditioning. And yeah, it has all the basic amenities that we need. We got a fire pit. We have the roof overhead, a little porch, a little picnic table. Even on the porch itself has a small little table where I can set the things aside. I have to bring my recliner. I got a little grill. I got what I need. And let me check my coffee real quick, see if that's boiling. Ooh, my coffee's boiling. That'll be ready here shortly. And so, yeah, there are different ways to camp. Now, for some people, KOAs are too crowded. You don't want to go that route, and that's not really vacationing. And that's fine, yeah, I brought an air mattress because that mattress was not going to work. Yeah, it was a little bit moist last night, a little wet, a little humid. So, yeah, it was sweating a little bit despite the cooler temperatures, and it's supposed to get colder and warmer and warmer and warmer as the week progresses, which is fine. That's the way summer works. Cold fronts come down, etc. But overall, the place has a lot of nice options here at the Cherokee KOA. And hopefully I can get a couple of pictures in for you to let you see what it's like during the relaxation portion. So as far as today itself is concerned, man, we got a lot of good activities planned. I'm fixing to finish my cup of coffee here. It's a little bit later. I did sleep in a little bit. And then I'm going to go get some pancakes. I heard that the pancakes are really, really awesome in the area, and I need to go to a couple of different pancake houses, so I'm going to try one today. And then I'm going to probably sit back, relax, and read a little bit. I got a little bit of studying to do for one of my classes, so I'll probably study and take a few notes. And then I'll be heading to Pigeon Forge to participate in the Patriot Festival in downtown, and that should wrap my day up. And then we'll see what Saturday brings. I'm at a little park here in Cherokee, and it's like an island park. I think they call it Island Park or something like that. It's right in between 441 and some other roads. And basically the creek itself, or the river, kind of forks off and then goes around this island and then goes back together. And one of the reasons I stopped here was like, wow, that'd be a great place to do some reading or what have you. And I did a little bit, read a chapter of my book, and I wanted to explore a little bit. And again, since we're talking about things to be thankful about, especially here in the United States, and things that have been given to us as a people to really appreciate, the local community parks, whether they're federal parks like the Great Smoky National Forest, which we'll be visiting a little bit later on, or whether it's local parks or state parks or community parks. Parks are there for us to use and enjoy, whether they're appreciating the natural beauty or the modified beauty of something. And this park was kind of unique because it had a small, they called it a bamboo forest. Really, it's just erosion control there. They put some bamboo in to help against protect against erosion itself. It's not really a forest, but it was nice to kind of walk through there and appreciate the shade and the beauty and the greenness or what have you. There's little pavilions out here, little grills for the community to get together and just enjoy some times where,
you can just get out with family or friends and enjoy a barbecue or have a social get together. And it's 4th of July weekend, and people are doing that. So again, I am very thankful for the things that we've been given, the things that have been provided for us, and it's one of the things that make America great. One of the opportunities I was blessed with yesterday was the chance to drive through the Great Smokies and cross over from the North Carolina to Tennessee border, head to Pigeon Forge, and participate in their Patriot Festival. Now, the Patriot Festival was a show that was put on by the city of Pigeon Forge, and it was open to the public, and so I took advantage of it. And of course, it was provided for, entertainment was provided for the city, and they had 3 acts total that day. They opened the food stands at about, I want to say about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, no, 5 o'clock. I got there about 4:30 and found a spot. And the first opening act was the Brian Hudson Band. Fantastic cover band with some fantastic original music. Really appreciate what they did. And they've opened for, of course, Clint Black. They've opened for Charlie Daniels before he passed away, and some other big acts as well. The next act was a Fleetwood Mac cover band called Rumors. I'm not a big Fleetwood Mac fan, and there's various musical reasons why I'm not a Fleetwood Mac fan. But for being a tribute band, they did what they needed to do. If you're interested in that sort of thing, if you're looking for somebody that sounds exactly like the album, and when Stevie Nicks sounds like Stevie Nicks or what have you, you nailed it with Rumors. The other people, not so much, but it is what it is. But yeah, exactly like the album recordings except live. And of course, Clint Black sounds like Clint Black. Really good show, good polished music, not as loud as the other ones were, but that's probably the way that Clint Black prefers it, just down home and country style. And put on a pretty good show. And of course, afterwards they had a fireworks display. I didn't get the footage for the fireworks because I wanted to get through the trail going through the Great Smoky National Forest. It was already pushing 10 o'clock, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to be doing it that late. So I went ahead and headed out pretty early. But I did catch the fireworks and saw a lot of the fireworks go off as I was pulling down the main street there before I headed out to the Great Smokies and back to Cherokee, North Carolina, where I'm camping at. So really, really fantastic time. Now I say all that because for those that don't know, I'm the host for, Mike's Motorworks. And I say the host, like the 318 to 349 build was 100% my very first engine build. And I went ahead and took the hobbyist perspective and had some work guided by some pro mechanics and technicians. And if you're following the brand new 437 build, that's 100% my pop, who's an old school race car tech and driver. And I say old school because he used to run drag races in the 1980s, and ran a vehicle. I won't repeat the name here on the channel, but ran a vehicle, and it was orange, and made people feel good, if you will. And it was powered by a naturally aspirated 440 motor. And it was, of course, a 70s model Dodge Challenger with a 2-body and chassis frame or what have you. Very, very quick vehicle. And so he wanted to go ahead and build this himself. So this is a different perspective. So I say all that because, my general job, I'm in education. I'm a teacher, y'all. and I teach business education. I'm currently working on my master's degree so I can be an administrator, which means I eventually see myself as either an assistant principal, principal at a school, or even working as a dean at a local college. And that would be a future goal of mine. And of course, my bachelor's was in music business and entertainment. So I love the music business. So when I go out and see shows, which I don't do too often either because of the price or the crowds, I'm not a big crowds kind of guy. But yesterday, because it was free and what have you, I decided to go ahead and take that venture. And it was 4th of July weekend, so what better opportunity but to take care and be a part of the Patriot Fest. So that was the 3rd of July.
So at this point, looking back at the 2021 vacation, we're going to go ahead and take the perspective of looking at July 4th. And I'm including it in this video because there wasn't a whole lot of footage, or maybe there was. Well, anyway, this was July 4th, and yeah, enjoy it.
For 4th of July, I kind of slept in, and yeah, it was a good day to sleep in. The weather was gorgeous last night, a little chilly. Found myself using the blanket on the air mattress inside the cabin here, and woke up and slept in pretty good. And after taking care of a couple things, went and had me a nice pancake breakfast with bacon, and man, that was tasty. And so yeah, if you're ever in the KOA up in here in Cherokee and the KOA holiday, make sure you check out that grill. They only had one cook working, so that they won't be there for the rest of this week. I imagine as staffing gets kicked up a little bit after this stimulus thing gets over with, people will be returning back to work, and they'll be staffed a little bit more frequently. And of course, after I went to that, or after I took care of that and participated and ate my breakfast, I did some reading, did some studying, and then went ahead and took a trip over to Mingo Falls, which is just up the road from the KOA here, and had a chance to see that gorgeous waterfall. So I'll go ahead and pass it over to myself to let him explain about Mingo Falls and the experience there. My first stop was at Mingo Falls, and this is the 4th of July itself. And if you've ever done the waterfalls thing on a holiday, probably the 4th of July is not best. Oh, hey, look, a drone. 4th of July is probably not the best because of the crowd. So if you're looking for something a little bit more secluded, probably don't want to choose a holiday weekend. Now, my hope is that as I get to do other things, like explore other falls, what have you, it'll be a bit less crowded for this week coming up. But absolutely some gorgeous shots, and I should be able to have those on display for you here on the video. And I hope you guys are enjoying what you're seeing, because again, part of automotive culture is exploring the various parts of Mother Nature and enjoying the roads. And it's the road trip, and it's about opportunities to explore it and get out there, whether you're on 4 wheels or 2 wheels or what have you. Just get out there and enjoy it. So it's 4th of July evening, and yeah, people are celebrating in their own way. Some people are going to fireworks shows. A lot of communities chose to have their fireworks shows on the 3rd, which was a Saturday this year. Some are doing them this evening. A lot of holidays are taking place on the 5th. A lot of federal holidays and such. So it's a great opportunity to celebrate, especially this weekend. Of course, unless you're in Florida, then you're preparing for a tropical entity. But all things set aside, right? And yes, I did use the word entity there. And tonight, I'm not going to watch the fireworks show. I'm just kind of chilling this evening. I'm celebrating in my own way by doing this big vacation. And, I've seen plenty of fireworks shows, so I can go without seeing one this year. But with that in mind, I did not want to miss out. And so my dinner this evening was simple camping food, and you could even consider tailgating food, right? Because a lot of camping and tailgating food can be very similar in a lot of ways. And so tonight I chose the bratwurst. Now, why in the world would I choose the bratwurst? Well, it's pretty simple, really. You see, on my mother's side, my grandfather was a German immigrant, and my grandmother was already here, but they were English immigrants. And so in reality, we're a nation of immigrants. And of course, there's nothing more German than the bratwurst, and of course some other things as well, but tonight I'm having the bratwurst. And I was going to have some sauerkraut to go along with it, but you can only get sauerkraut in the big jars, and I was like, nah, I'll just forego the sauerkraut tonight. So it's nothing more than a bratwurst with some stone ground mustard, and that's how I'm celebrating, remembering that we are a nation of immigrants. We are a nation of people who came to the area and came to this nation following the rules and the laws that were put in place. And that's one of the things that make America fantastic and a great place to be and a great place to live in. So on that note, tomorrow's plans are to go ahead and hit Cades Cove and walk to Abrams Falls and participate in a lot of the things that are in that area, and maybe even go off the unbeaten path, or at least I say the unpaved path, and try to get some really nice photos. So we'll catch you tomorrow.